I don't want to explain why.
Yeah, why do you smell like spearmint?
I just brushed my teeth, actually.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait, dude. There's like a tiny little spill there. But,
wow, dude. Jeez Louise. Mop that up with a little...
cover that up.
Yeah. Alright, well, I'm joined here with the legendary Eric Okulian, and you already know mine. Well, you probably actually don't know who I am. Nick Friselis.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
You said immediately, like, right when you came out of here. Oh, I got it. Close this. I can edit the hissing toilet. It picks up heavy on the
I wish you could just edit that out of our lives.
I wish you guys could just call a fucking plumber. That'd be dope, too.
Yeah.
But that's our landlord's problem. So wait, what's this hot beef? What's this? Because you came in here like looking determined.
Oh yeah. Well, when I was just in the bathroom peeing because I wanted to not have to pee while we were talking.
Yeah, because it gets picked up by the mic.
But while I was in there, I was thinking. I mean, I don't know how this even came into my brain, but long story short, the other night or morning actually, I was in a romantic Nick's cat Zaza just ran amok in the room, but that's okay.
What is she looking at? Like she immediately goes like, "Nah, man, I ain't got shit."
It wasn't me, dude. It was
My cat reacts the same way that like people react to the police. She's like, "Nah, man, like my hands are like definitely not holding nothing."
All right. So anyways,
oh, yeah, so you're
anyways. So basically,
had you just made coitus?
No, it was actually a pre-coital connection, but basically, we were like making out, and it was a passionate make out, so it wasn't just confined to the lips and mouth. There was a lot of like cheek and like neck and all kinds of like all of our face and heads were like touching at.
And you do like that move where like you grab, like you get her like kind of like you run your fingers through the back of her hair and like kiss her like Kate Winslet.
Yeah, you trying to show her that you're a passionate fellow.
Yeah, like that shouldn't be like left to freeze to death in the wake of the Titanic.
Right, and hopefully they don't do that like that. That terrible flu.
That's happened to me before.
Yeah, but so anyways, as I was making out with this girl, I was tasting, because my tongue was all over her, all the makeup that she was wearing, from the night before.
So it's like
she was, she had a lot of this shit all over her face, and it looked good, but it didn't taste very good.
It's like doughy.
Yeah, and so I was thinking, what if they could brand a kind of makeup that not only
might have to cut this off for copyright reasons if we're coming up with a good idea.
Not only like made your face look not ugly like it normally is, but like was like cotton candy flavored or something, so that.
Wouldn't that get tiring though? Just like the flavor of cotton candy.
Yeah, but it tastes better than fucking just whatever makeup is.
Dough.
Yeah, or just like chemicals.
See, okay, I have to come with you at like a hard stance on this. I think that the taste of makeup is organic. It's like she's letting you know how she feels via her makeup, and I don't know. Like, I have more beef with like lip gloss, but
why is that?
It's too intense of a flavor. It's like kissing a girl who just ate like a whole bag of like sour warheads, and it's too much.
Yeah,
it's
mixed with like glue.
No offense to any of the women out there that wear the sour warhead glue material. But it's too much, but I get it. Like, not all makeup's nice. But I mean, wasn't she dressed up for New Year's though?
Yeah, but I mean, the thing though too that I conflict with that opinion that I first had is that the taste of makeup is.
So you're already Bill O'Reilly.
Well, it's good. It's good. I want to counterpoint it.
Okay.
It's good because it's a nostalgic flavor. It reminds me of like the first time I ever made out with like a way too made up, girl, woman of the night, whatever. Like,
Yeah. No, I mean, like,
it's like how I love the smell of like gasoline because it reminds me of like road trips. Even though like.
That's not a smell you should
gasoline smells like shit,
No, gasoline smells like...
It's like a nostalgic scent.
Gasoline smells like, I don't know, mopeds and...
yeah, well, there you go. That's
two-stroke engines.
That's a fun memory.
Yeah, right? I mean, the first time I ever rode a moped was one of, like, the greatest things I ever did.
Yeah, so it's not... when you smell something, it's not just the smell that you're... critiquing it on, it's like the memory that's linked to the smell.
Okay, so was this a horrific memory, or
no? I mean, I'm just saying, objectively, like companies that make makeup could improve how it tastes, knowing that when a girl puts tons of makeup on their face, they're probably gonna have like a wild night of sex, which includes a tongue all over that area. You know what I mean?
Okay, now I feel it. Is that it's like they get real doughy for the moment.
Right.
And then who knows, maybe you hit the club a few times. I know how ladies love to dance. I can't dance personally, but I can stand there and be danced on, so that's like almost as good.
Dude, all you need is that
kind of exactly like how Fat Joe put it.
Yeah.
Like in the club,
Right.
Like, real gangsters don't dance. We just pull up our pants and lean back.
Yeah. Thank you, Fat Joe.
Appreciate you. He's not dead, right?
No, Big Pun is, but. Fat Joe's still alive.
They looked similar.
Yeah, they were homies.
What nationality was Big Pun?
I think they're both Ricans, dude.
Were they both? Yeah, okay. That's what I was going to say. They're Puerto Ricans, right?
Yeah.
So, like, do you think the reason that Fat Joe gets to say the N-word is because of Big Pun?
Well, Big Pun was
the first guy to get the pass.
The N-word.
He got the pass.
Yeah, he
got the
G-pass. Like,
I don't even think he asked. I think he just started saying.
He just took the right.
He was just like, "Hey, look, guys, I'm gonna say like bleep, and you guys are gonna deal with it because Big Pun murder music."
Right. I think like someone like Eminem. If early on in his career
had said that,
would have done that, he could have maybe potentially gotten away with it just because he's a really...
Do you think he get away with it now?
Well, he's already had like a 20-year career of solidly never saying it, so it's like kind of would be weird if he just out of nowhere said it.
That'd be like the Milena Morgan situation, dude.
Yeah.
The Milena Morgan
You might want to explain what that means.
Milena Morgan is a girl who, she's an actress. She strictly does adult films, and she only does girl-on-girl scenes, but she's done it for so long at this point that, that's kind of her thing. That's like her shtick.
Yeah.
It's like how Bill Murray kind of plays a mumbling idiot in most of his movies, but it's great. We love it.
Yeah.
But Melina, she just sticks to what works, and...
Right, so like if Melena took the D, it'd be like Eminem saying the N word.
Dude, beautiful point. You gotta stop laughing.
I mean,
close your eyes.
I think if it's funny, I feel like it's like a laugh track on like Seinfeld. Like sometimes people have to know when to laugh.
True.
So they feel
all right.
comfortable.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you out on that.
It's all right.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, like, So like my beef right now, right, with the world is ending Christmas too early.
Okay. What do you mean? Elaborate.
Like, I feel like Christmas lights, Christmas trees, snowmen,
right. Yeah,
even Santa. Like, they should, like, Boxing Day is like such a sad day. I feel like Boxing Day should be like a national holiday, to where we can all mourn the fact that, especially in California, we can all mourn the fact that we got like 3 weeks of winter and now we're going right back to hot
summer.
It's bad.
Well, here's what I think we should do is, because the build up to Christmas I think is way too long. Yeah. They should cut that in half and add that half to the end of Christmas.
Dude.
So like,
have you ever talked to someone about that?
I just thought of that right now when you said that, because it's like
it's true though.
You gotta like cycle down.
Yeah, know? Exactly. Everyone has to backpedal. You don't just like, because like that's the thing is like Christmas is like blindsided by this crazy holiday, New Year's,
right?
And where everyone's going to the gym and everyone's like, just being like, I'm gonna start calling my mom more,
right? Because like, you were a total jerk during the holidays before that.
Yeah,
you ate way too much food.
Yeah, and you're like, I'm pretty sure my mom was upset about like me, like getting that little fender bender with her Camry, but like,
and telling her like I don't want to see her again because she voted for Trump.
Yeah, well, no, my mom's never done that, but I feel that.
Oh, so you really did get in a fender bender with her Camry?
No, I didn't. And I hope your mom didn't vote for Trump. But
no, she didn't, but I probably would be real mad if she did.
We'll steer clear of the political topics. Right. Unless they relate to Melania Trump, who I'm really, really, really rooting for Chad.
Yeah.
Chad Kroger to get.
If he doesn't get it,
Donald doesn't deserve that beautiful woman.
No.
And Chad would treat her.
Really.
Chad would treat her so right.
Yeah.
Like, he would treat her with like the passion of a guy who can do the moonwalk, who's also white.
Right. And
that's a really hard combo. Like, have you ever, like, when was the last time you saw a white dude that wasn't on America's Got Talent do the moonwalk? I'm not trying to get super racial here. I'm just saying, like,
yeah. Well,
I'm just not good at dancing.
Remember Corey Feldman, the guy who was in like the Goonies and stuff?
Wasn't he in like a more famous show, he
was in a lot of. He was like a very famous child actor.
He was the one who started outing all the dudes for touching him.
Yeah, exactly. That guy, right?
He was on. Okay, hold on, wait. I need to think of the show he was on. It was it? It wasn't Boy Meets World, was it? It was Boy Meets World, right?
No, that's no.
Corey Feldman. What was he in?
No, he was in the vampire movie with. He was in a lot of '80s movies. Like when we were growing up, he was the
older brother in something, dude. You're lying to me.
No,
right now.
Dude, Corey Feldman was in the Goonies. He was in.
I'm looking it up right now just to disprove you.
No, I promise. I mean, I would bet you like $1 trillion he wasn't on Boy Meets World for sure.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying he was on something else.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I hope he was actually in Boy Meets World. That'd be hilarious.
No, I mean unless he was like a weird guest star. But he was like homies with Michael Jackson when he was a little kid.
Yeah, there's a whole wiki page on just his chilling with Jackson.
He tried to like copy his dance moves and shit, but he was only like.
Dude, I feel so bad for Mike. Dude, Mike got such a bad rap and like.
Yeah.
Literally, like, got acquitted of I think every charge, and I think the only one he settled was like strictly just like. I'm so tired of being badgered by people that like I just want to be like who knows? But that's the thing though, is that like Feldman and like Macaulay Culkin both like
they vouched for him.
They vouched for him hard, and those are like the people that had it the hardest.
Yeah.
As far as like they're like typecasted. They're like they're the male versions of what's the gorgeous redhead's name that like threw the Parent Trap?
Oh,
why can't I think of her name?
Lindsay
Lohan. Yeah, Lindsay Lohan. Like she had it rough too because she had like breakaway fame, like just like tons of money, but like at a time when she can't manage it on her own.
Yeah.
And I think her parents did something similar to Macaulay's, where they were like, "We're taking this, and we'll give you like an allowance."
And then they just spent all of it.
Yeah, but thankfully he still gets his Home Alone royalties.
Yeah, no, Macaulay,
shout out Macaulay.
Macaulay, I've heard, is actually like balling pretty hard still. Like, praise Jesus, you know. But yeah, like I think Macaulay, like MJ is dead, and I don't think Macaulay or Corey Feldman would have any reason to lie about any of their
about a dead
relationship with him.
Yeah,
unless they're still getting like paid by his extremely huge
ranch of
giraffes, all of his like holdings or whatever. But
well,
I think Macaulay said it well. He just said, dude, Michael was just such a like fragile person. That he actually like just was homies with like little kids.
Well, that's the thing is he also like okay. So what I heard, and not to get too serious, pod, but I heard that he had such like I don't because I can't speak for him obviously post-mortem or if he was alive, but
yeah.
I did remember like watching an interview or something. Where he talked about how it was like when he was like in the midst of that whole scandal with like his ranch, Neverland or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was like he literally like genuinely like said he was like dude like he didn't say dude because I don't think he's ever said dude.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson's never said dude. That's a weird fact.
Wow, he might have said it if some like surfer guy wrote a song for him to perform.
Or like cut in front of him at In-N-Out. Like, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't think Michael Jackson
he's pretty
skinny and like
he's a very frail man. Towards the end there. Yeah. But damn could he belt out a falsetto.
Yeah. Damn could he shake that skinny white ass. I'm
not gonna edit any of this, so this is just all going on the internet. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna start posting our stuff. But this is a good conversation because we had a great conversation earlier that I wish we could have recorded, but I was in the midst of a rush to go to the Olive Garden with my parents,
which was totally warranted because you have to drop everything if you have a free Olive Garden trip.
Yeah, dude. Like, they had a $50 gift certificate, and they were like, it was a little bit of a flex, and I called my mom out on it, but it was like, I was like, Mom, I know how much the Olive Garden gift certificate is, you don't have to keep saying $50. And so I went, they picked me up, and...
It's like, you guys get there, and the waiter's like, what do you guys want? And she's like, just remember, guys, we have a $50 gift card, so get whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, it was like Harrison Ford in Air Force One when he kills the first terrorist. Like when he pops up and just gets him right in the head. It was like that's how I felt. That was like it was like that's how I felt. Like I was like, dude, that's the president I want, and also that's how I felt when the Olive Garden waiter kept trying to aggressively add cheese to things.
Wait, so you're saying your mom was like Harrison?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'd say, yeah, exactly. I was like, it's like, it's like unnecessary. Like, he could have easily, in that movie, if you've seen Air Force One, he could have easily, like, taken that guy out in a way less, like, a way more passive, just easy, cool manner. Yeah. But he chose to just, like, what up, dog? And just shoot him right in the head.
Right. I think it was like a sign to the other terrorists, maybe, too.
Exactly.
Like, this is what you're in for, guys.
Yeah, and you're stuck on this plane with me. Harrison Ford. Independence Day. Or not Independence Day. What's his
Indiana
great movies?
Jones?
No, he's in some Tom Clancy movies.
Oh, yeah.
Clear and Present Danger.
Yeah.
That's a fucking
I
classic.
haven't seen that, dude.
Dude, we're watching both those.
Wait, can we have a Harrison Ford all day movie marathon?
Only if we review it.
Okay, I'm down to do that. I'll take notes.
We'll do because like Harrison Ford, I mean, he's played a mantra of roles.
Yeah.
Is that even a word? Is that the right word?
I mean, it is a word.
A mantra?
I don't know if it's...
A plethora. That's what I'm...
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, for sure.
A mantra is like a dying like monologue.
Oh yeah,
it's like right before you stab yourself in the heart, you go like, Paul Walker, man, like, I miss you, but amateurs don't use nitrous, and then you just go,
oh, damn, that's deep.
I watched a Paul Walker tribute today. It was like 15 minutes long, and I was crying within 30 seconds, but it was just, I don't know, man. It's tough to lose someone who's like just such a chill dude, like the type of person that you'd want to like go get a breakfast burrito with.
Yeah, and then just surf for hours.
Yeah, or like not even like you don't even have to surf. You just like watch him surf.
Yeah, or just go like put your feet in the sand.
Yeah, like
together as bros.
Yeah, because like I think like in the wise words of Chad Kroger and JT Parr, like when they first met, they were like starstruck, like they were not starstruck, but like they were, I guess in my words, two ships passing in the night, dude. Yeah. They were unaware of each other.
Right.
He was a bodyboarder, Chad was a surfer.
Yeah. And
I feel like I just body surf, so I would just be out there just crushing tall cans, while Paul Walker was like 3 or 4 sets back, just killing the fucking curls, dude, and riding the pier,
Yeah.
But I'd be out there, I'd still be in support of him, and he'd know that the fact that I'm scared of the ocean and I don't like sharks. I feel like he'd respect that.
Yeah. I think he would. He seems like the kind of guy that would definitely do that.
He gets a lot of flack for being like a turncoat, like he ratted on his crew.
Yeah.
Like Toretto almost killed him with a wrench.
Yeah.
But then he fucking bedded down that beautiful woman.
Which one, dude?
One of many. No, I'm talking about
Eva Mendes?
Dom. Yeah, dude, Eva. Dude, that scene is very sexual. Remember when he just like picks her up by the butt?
Oh.
And she's wearing those like leather jeans, and he's just like, and you see like his forearms popping, and he just puts her on like the hood of some like random resto car he has going on, and they cut the scene, so you assume that they made coitus love, but dude, this cat is crazy, man.
Yeah, she's got the late night zoomies for sure.
I think she's been hitting the nip more than I know, and
she's probably got like a stockpile of side nip.
Maybe when Nick was here planting garlic, he maybe planted some nip plants outside.
She probably just went out there and did some like.
She just opened the door.
She did some horticulture and like melded like a bunch of different strains of like plants and shit together and like made her own version of nip. It's like moonshine nip. Yeah, it's like it might make you go blind type nip, but it still gets the job done. Yeah, but it 100% gets the job done. It's like might do it too well. The moonshine or nip, dude. This is another reason we should worry about these copyright things, because we're coming up with these great ideas. Yeah, moonshine catnip, that could be $1 million idea. Like, can you imagine if you had a catnip that was so powerful that you could give it to a cat and they would have the zoomies for like a whole day? But I don't know why the hell anyone would want their cat to have the zoomies for It'd be more of a prank. Yeah, like someone else's cat. Yeah, you're just like you're like, oh, I heard you repainting your office. I'm gonna feed your cat this
high-powered nip. and then all of a sudden now the whole office and everywhere else in the house is covered in like paint-covered paw prints
and cat fur.
Yeah, and there's only so much paper you can lay down, like some like painter's tape and stuff. Zaza walks at like a weird angle, and I think it's because she's like weird, but
she goes kind of diagonal a little bit.
She does. You've noticed that, right? I think. Yeah. I think like she kind of like.
I think it's because she's just like thinks everything around her is hella sketchy, so she wants to like cover as much ground.
It is kind of. I mean, let's be real here. Like a lot of things around here are sketchy.
Yeah, I would walk that way too if I could.
Yeah,
I probably do, and I don't even know it sometimes.
She's like worried about being like boxed out. Like I don't know. I've attributed Zaza's like walk, her gait, to like. Have you ever seen Robin Lopez like box people out? He's really good at like after a free throw.
Is that the one with all the crazy fro or the shorter hair?
He's the better one, the shorter hair one.
Okay, yeah. Because there's Brooke and Robin.
Yeah.
Okay.
I might be screwing that up.
Okay, well
either way you get it. And I've never seen anyone box out like that. Like he like literally looks like he's protecting his family, and or is like Sandra Bullock in that new movie Bird Box. Yeah, he looks like her. Like if she was trying to box out those children.
Right, like protect them from like a sonic blast.
Exactly.
He kind of reminds me of like a daddy longlegs.
Exactly, and that's why I let the daddy longlegs like live in my house. It's because they're like the mosquito catchers, the spider killers. I missed Chuck, my first daddy longlegs that was here. I let him just kick it in the shower like most of the time. And
do you think he was like a peeping Tom, like he watched you bathe and shit?
Why not? Don't they have like 6 eyes or something?
Damn, that's even worse.
But at the same time, always let him kick it. Always, I even one time, I would even like, you know, when it would get too steamy in there, I would open up a window. Yeah. Just so he didn't get too steamed out.
Yeah, you don't want like water droplets on his webs and shit.
Yeah, like he made like beautiful art in my house. Yeah. And that's the key to insect problems. You know I'm a big ant killer, so
yeah.
Like you just gotta keep if you see one spider that's like not like a terrifying death spider, it's just a daddy long legs, maybe a small thing.
Or the little like cute spiders that mean no harm and they're just there to like playfully prance around and shit.
Yeah, they're just there to kick it.
Yeah. I think, you know, the Holocaust is only a thing that's acceptable.
Why are you always talking about the Holocaust?
When presented to ants. You didn't catch the whole sentence, Kevin.
You talk about the Holocaust like 3 times a month.
That's 3 times too few, in my opinion.
Just so we don't catch the full...
No, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, yeah, like I don't think the word Holocaust is ever acceptable unless you apply it to ants. Because like we should have an entire ant Holocaust in this house, and like.
Are you gonna fund it?
I mean, I just want to spread like propaganda. Like I want to be. Who is the propaganda guy for Hitler? Like Heinrich Himmler, or like. I don't know. One of those guys.
Heimler.
Or, yeah, I can't remember the name.
It's whoever failed him at an art class that really fucked everyone.
Yeah, like, I don't want to do the killing. I just want to, like, spread anti-ant hate amongst the masses. So they can
The way you do that was with apple cider vinegar.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's no other better way to do that, Like for instance, I had an ant attack in my bathroom today, and I was sitting on the throne, and sorry for the TMI.
Damn, so you became aware of it on the throne?
Yeah, so I'd already sat down. It's like I had already made my like peace with the Lord.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there very vulnerable.
Sure.
Like I'm totally naked wearing flip flops because that's how I like to poop.
Dude, that's not a bad way to poop. That's like taking a jail shit.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not exactly that, but.
Well, flip flops for sure, though.
Yeah, it's like because you gotta have like I don't like having my toes be cold and stuff,
right.
But I also don't want to go in there with just like that morning socks. So I sit down, I analyze the situation, I assess the threat level.
Yeah.
And it didn't seem. I thought we were at like a threat level of like 6. There was like a little bit of cat litter strewn around, and Zaza kept trying to intrude. Because she, like, for some reason is always like, are you okay? Why are you in here?
Yeah, I think she wants to be like the Robin to your Batman, but I don't think she has...
I think she wants to be the Batman to my Robin, to be honest. Like,
she wants you to be the Catwoman and she's Batman and you're like her love interest.
I could see that.
Like, you're a Catwoman even though she's a cat?
Yeah, like, look at her, dude.
Oh my god, dude, she really is going completely nuts.
Dude, I do.
What is she trying to, like, accomplish with these movements and feats?
I don't know, but the greatest thing that I found today was, she took somehow this from the couch in the living room, made it into this room. Oh shit, look at it. She's like,
yo, you have my prized possession.
Look at her, dude.
Whoa! So where'd you find it?
I found it over there, and I was like, how did it get all the way over there?
What is that? What is that?
It's like the lining from Kevin's couch.
Oh, man.
Like the stuff that like keeps the whole fabric together. And she pulled it out of it and
Jeez.
Had her way with it.
She probably had her sights set on that thing for a long time. Dude, she probably was like someone trying to escape from jail who used like a plastic spoon to put like a little dent in like the side over like 10 years. And they finally break out.
She's the Shawshank Redemption of this house.
Yeah, dude.
Well, they say people come back as animals that have like a purpose. I don't know who actually says this, but
like Buddhist people or something?
They're like, yeah, you come back as like an animal that like is like trying to like fix what you did wrong, and maybe she like soiled too many couches, or like
damn,
maybe she just, why are you looking at me down?
Yeah.
She's like, where are all your strings at? I don't know why she cares so much about strings and cats or caps.
Oh yeah, well, that's her bread and butter, man. Dude, if I come back as an animal, that's gonna be a pretty bad.
You're probably gonna be like a Zala.
It won't be like a very well house trained animal.
Be like,
it'll be like a backyard dog that never is allowed inside the house. I'll probably be owned by like Persian parents of some kids that want a puppy when they're like 10, and then they never take care of the dog or walk the dog. So their whole backyard will just be full of dog shit, and like the parents are like, that dog is a filthy animal, never touch. Don't let inside house. And the children, like, lose interest with me. And I just, like, live in the backyard and they, like, forget to feed me all the time.
I feel like you just recounted the story of Aladdin.
Yeah, basically. I'm going to be like Aladdin as a dog in my next life.
Well, I mean, actually, no. Aladdin's a little too much for you, because...
Well, I mean, who's the genie, then?
Well, that's what I was going to say. I was going to bring up the genie point, and then I was going to bring up the fact that, like, even me in, like, my top form could never, like, ask out Jasmine. She's just too pretty.
Yeah, but, yeah, he needed the help of, like, a mystical genie to
and a flying carpet.
gain her attention.
And a monkey.
Oh, yeah.
He needed a monkey.
Abu, dude.
He needed a monkey, a magic carpet, and... a genie voiced by Robin Williams.
Dude, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that carpet was the most fucking, like, animated and like full of character, inanimate object in any movie ever.
He was also the most slept on because he was a carpet. So
Ooh, no pun intended.
Yeah, I didn't mean to intend that pun. But, like, I feel like, obviously, Aladdin probably was like, yo, dude, like, you need to chill out on your enthusiasm because, like, I need to sleep on, like, dry ground.
Right, it's like you're being, like, too funny and wacky with your carpet moves.
Little tassels.
Yeah.
Dude, his tassel movement was, like, probably the birth of ASMR. Like, cause just watching that,
that's
like...
a bold, claim, but I think that could be actually accurate, dude.
Kids were just watching that, they were like, dude, look at that, look at those tassels. Like, what could I do with my carpet? Like,
right.
why is my...
Like, I'm feeling sleepy and weirdly aroused.
Yeah, it's like, why can I not have a really cool monkey that also understands, like, how important this flying carpet is to me, but also how important it is to break into this, like, field of monuments.
Right.
Because, like, when they break into that field of... Have you watched the trailer for the new live action?
With fucking...
She looks gorgeous in it.
What's his name? Will Smith?
Oh, is he
he's the genie, dude. Will Smith is the genie.
Way.
And, dude, he's already getting a lot of shit because they think he looks dumb as fuck on the like, poster. I hate how people, like, prejudge movies.
Don't put my vodka in front of the fucking space heater.
Sorry.
Set her on the fucking table.
Okay. I was trying to, like, halfway it to you. But, yeah, I hate how people, like, prejudge movies just based on, like, one picture of a thing in the movie. It's like, yo, they're making a movie. Just let them live, dude. Like, don't make them second-guess their shit and ruin, like, a movie.
At the same time, though, Will Smith probably doesn't worry about shit. Like, he doesn't let that shit phase him.
Right. He's got, like, parents just don't understand money, so he doesn't need to worry about a damn thing.
Yeah, if you ever want to cry, look up that picture of Will, or look up that clip of Will Smith in the documentary The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. That talks about, he's like, why doesn't my dad want me anymore? Like, no one watches that scene and doesn't cry.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's, hold on, that's actually a good topic. What are some scenes that just get you no matter what? I'll set it up so you can think.
Okay.
So you think about it. So I just recently, because I always watch it. If it's on, I watch it. The scene in Forrest Gump.
Okay.
The scene in Forrest Gump where Forrest, like, I'm just gonna play it. It's only 2 minutes long. We can just listen to it.
Cool.
But it's actually literally under my
Your, like, cry-worthy playlist?
It's under emotional. I was burping. I wasn't crying at that time, but it's
So you telling me you're gonna play this and I'm gonna start crying?
No.
Probably.
No, but what the hell is that doing? Alright, whatever.
I think there's a couple scenes in Forrest.
Oh, there's 100. Like, pretty much the whole
yours.
movie, but this is my favorite one.
Yeah.
When does the game start?
Not this one. I'll mute that. When does the game start? Now you're in a fucking escape room. Why would you do that to yourself?
Oh, I've done that. It was entertaining.
One time the only time I've ever come close to being in an escape room was I put on hand lotion in a bathroom. Okay?
Oh.
And
so you created an escape room for yourself.
Yeah, and there was no towels. I was like, who the fuck has a bathroom with no towels, but like has the courtesy of hand lotion? So I was like moisturizing my palms, and then I go to like turn the knob, and it's just slip. You know, it's like I felt like
you could have died in there. Dude.
I felt like Paul Walker when he was like using nitrous way too early. That's a whole nother bed of roses.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's a term. But I think I keep misusing terms. But this is the scene.
I didn't stay home for long because I made a promise to Bubba, and I always try to keep my promise. So I went on down to Biola Battery to meet Bubba's family and make the introduction.
Are you crazy? Or just plain stupid?
Stupid is stupid does, Miss Blue.
I guess.
And of course, I paid my respect to Bubba himself.
See, I never noticed that, by the way.
Yeah, what is it?
Not only did Bubba die when he was 20,
oh man,
but it says under it says our Bubba.
Oh,
Like, because they didn't put Bubba in the official like tombstone.
Oh, because his name is Benjamin Buford
Blue, and then they put our Bubba.
Oh, that's cool, man.
And he died when he was 20.
Forrest Gump.
This is my favorite scene in the movie.
I remember everything you said, and I got it all figured out. I'm taking the $24,562.47 that I got, that's left after a new haircut and a new suit, and I took Mom out to a real fancy dinner, and I bought a bus ticket and 3 Dr. Peppers.
He's like super on it. Dude.
Yeah.
He's like so on it.
Stupid is, stupid does, sir. Well, that's what's left after me saying. When I was in China on the All-America ping pong team, I just loved playing ping pong with my Flexo-Lights ping pong paddle. Which everybody knows isn't true, but Mama said it's just a little white lie, so it wasn't hurting nobody. So anyway, I'm putting all that on gas, ropes, and new nets, with brand new shrimp and boat.
So like that's my favorite scene in the whole movie because he's just
Dude, his heart is so pure.
Yeah, it literally like
he sticks to his like promises and shit.
That's the whole thing. Is that it's like everyone keeps questioning him. They're like, stupid does. Or like,
yeah. Then he comes.
They're like, are you stupid? And you're like, no, I'm just like my mama always told me like just to be like a good person.
Yeah, and then he comes back with those checks, and they're like, oh shit.
And that's the reason that gets me because the actual scene in the movie, like no spoiler. Well, fuck if you haven't seen Forrest Gump by now, fuck you.
Yeah, like you don't deserve to be listening to this shit.
Yeah,
like turn it off right now. In fact.
Yeah, exactly. But like when he goes and gives Bubba like the check that
Bubba's
he got.
mom?
Yeah, when he goes back after he makes Bubba Gump, like he like makes the actual shrimping company,
right? And
he like still is so down with his like purest homie because in my opinion, Bubba is like the purest person that Forrest encounters in the entire movie. Like he has
like only two friends.
Well, because his mom,
Dan,
his
Bubba, and
they all have their flaws.
Yeah.
But Bubba is just like a pure he's just like super cool. I love when they're cleaning the guns and he's like shrimp stew, shrimp salad, shrimp vest, shrimp, and he's like they're cleaning out the guns and
Forrest just does it in like 2 seconds. He's like, God damn it, go!
Yeah,
like, are you a goddamn genius?
And he goes like he's like. It's like why did you put that weapon together so fast? And he goes like because I do whatever you tell me, drill sergeant. He's like, God damn it, Forrest, you're gonna be a genius. You're gonna be a general.
Dude, Gump is perfect for the military because he just does whatever the fuck he's told, dude.
But he has too kind of a heart to like let that get to him. Like remember he like rests like they kept telling him they're like, dude, they're straight up gonna start carpet bombing this area that I just called in. Yeah. That I just called, like, Lieutenant Dan's, like, in the area. He just says, like, yo, carpet bomb us. Right. And that's crazy in itself that probably happened. Yeah, for sure. Because I remember reading a statistic, not to get too serious, but I remember reading a statistic that was, like, it was almost 50-50 with friendly fire casualties.
In for the U.S.?
For the Vietnam War, yeah.
For the U.S. in Vietnam?
Well, yeah, exactly. So, the U.S. and the South Vietnamese.
Yeah. So, for both sides?
So, basically what I'm just saying is, like basically, like, we, like, the amount of like North Vietnamese, like the communist regime and stuff.
Yeah, the lives lost.
They suffered the same amount of casualties as we did, but they also knew the land.
Yeah.
Look at Zaz. She's about to pod.
Is she zoomed out?
Nah, she's zoomed out.
Or is she taking like a nap and then gonna zoom again?
Just don't say the word.
All right. Well,
we should come up with a word, like a safety word.
Just say like moose. Or, like,
dude, look at how triggered she got.
Whoa.
Look at those arms. Dude, she has the funniest body expression.
She's so black, dude. And then her, like, the only thing on her that's not black is her little yellow, like a little bit of yellow in her eyes.
And then her tummy.
Yeah.
But like, I love how she like. I love her little posture. She's very well kept.
Dude, I felt bad today because I was hanging out with this girl and her roommate has a cat and the cat like.
Oh yeah, it got lost.
Well, it got lost. It didn't really get lost.
It
just
lost
was hiding
in the house
in a crazy place that it doesn't usually go.
Yeah,
I think because I was there. Actually.
Like kind of how Zaza does the thing under the chair when people play like Tame Impala too much.
Oh, guilty as charged. But like this girl, it's funny because I met her today earlier. She was talking about this cat like a lot. It's not even her cat; it's her roommate's cat. She's like, "Oh, I want you to come over and like meet the cat." And I was like, "Okay, like I like cats, you know, like I'm down." It's not like I was opposed to it. I finally meet the cat because the cat was like hiding the whole time. Then the cat finally came out, and it's kind of like when your friend has a baby and the baby it has like a weird face, and they're like, "Isn't she cute or isn't he cute?" And you're like, "Oh, they're adorable." And the cat was like cool, but it had a weird head.
Like a strain? Like
yeah, it actually, to be honest, it looked like a really ugly human, which really creeped me out. It looked like some shit that'd be on like Tim and Eric that was like photoshopped.
Well, I mean, from what I heard from the story prior to it, that probably wasn't the weirdest thing that went down that day.
Right, and maybe the cat was just weirded out by the happenings of the day, and it had like maybe a strange expression on its face. But it had like a long face.
Okay, if you were to pick two different faces, would you pick like being denied ice cream after dinner face, or like seeing Home Alone 2 before Home Alone 1 face?
Ooh, I think, I don't know if either of those are exactly right, but I'm definitely gonna like err on the side of the second one because that's a more accurate.
Well, because Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2 are very different.
Yeah.
Like one of them's like he's lost in New York, like he's happy. He's going to toy stores. He's wearing dope Birkenstocks.
At least he made it out of his house.
Yeah, at least his whore of a mother like let him out of that fucking house.
Right.
I can't stand her in those movies because she's like literally the worst mom. And then at the end, they're always at the end of the first two. I don't count the third one as a real movie. Wasn't that with the Jedi?
Oh yeah, no, the third one doesn't have.
Yeah, that's like the Ocean's 12 of sequels.
Yeah,
it's horrible. Terrible. Like, just steer clear of it. Like, it's like a cesspool of like nonsense and misinformation.
Yeah, sure.
And so, but like the first one is like he's straight up just strapping up against these guys. He's shooting like a Daisy pellet gun at these fools.
Right.
Like he's pumping that thing up to like 8-9 pumps. That thing can kill people, man.
Dude.
And he's just throwing off shots. He's throwing out paint cans, all that nonsense. And then Home Alone 2, it's like I feel like he kind of got like a little too much taste of like how dope it is to have your own spot.
Yeah. And just be ballin'.
He had that butler that kind of like did whatever he needed, and like he tipped him in gum. Like
the butler just really loved gum because he had a methamphetamine addiction.
Yeah, he was like, "Is this Nicorette or is this like just regular gum.
Yeah, this helps me not grind my teeth when I stay up all night.
Exactly, and when I have to park like really expensive cars and get panicked.
Yeah. Wait, I have like a question though, and like this might be a dumb question because there might be a simple answer to it, but like, why the fuck didn't Kevin just call the cops in Home Alone 1 and be like, "Yo, these fools are trying to rob our house"? Like,
I agree.
You know, like, or is there like a thing that happened that like prevented that?
I think that.
Did he not want them to know that he was like by himself in the house because he was having a nice time?
Yeah, like he's just having a dope time.
Yeah, and so if they came, they'd be like, "Hey, buddy, like we're gonna take you to the precinct and like let you sleep in a sleeping bag over Christmas because we're cops and we're fucking party poopers."
Especially Chicago cops, because it was in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, Chicago cops cannot. Well, there's a few of you that can be trusted, but. You know, we really don't want to fucking do that.
Hey.
And,
funny story.
Well, we're talking about Home Alone.
We're also live.
Should I be here?
Yeah, man.
As long as you don't say any mean things.
I mean, they can be mean as long as they're in
who we live
good
to.
taste. It's not filming.
I just don't want to edit it, and I was really.
We're podcasting.
I'm really hoping that I don't have. I'm gonna upload this in its entirety. I'm not gonna edit it at all. So. Please don't fuck it
up. No pressure.
I just came in here because I had a couple of Steelies. And
yeah, come chill.
Yeah, man.
Scoot down.
Can I sit on your like sheaths?
You can just move things.
I'm gonna go smoke some weed, but you just screw her for like 2 minutes.
All right.
This is what I was looking for. Ooh, it's out.
I keep it for the scrubbing capabilities.
Is that called scrubbing bubbles? Or scrubber bubbles?
No.
It's bubble scrubber.
Carpet cleaner.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright. Dude, not a good move.
Wait, we were talking about, like, do you think that Macaulay Culkin's character in Home Alone changed once he had, like, that, like, taste of like, he can handle 2 grown house robbers?
So you're saying after Home Alone 1, did he just have like this fucking like
he was like a
tough guy
attitude? Did he just walk into every game like
he's a dirty Harry,
like Aaron Rodgers? Like he's just like, dude, I don't even care who's open. I'm just gonna throw it.
Right, they'll catch it because I'm fucking Aaron Rodgers.
Exactly. And I feel like
I believe he probably did, but that's the problem is he wasn't always prepared.
Yeah, but
he didn't have his paint cans.
If he's prepared, he can outsmart any motherfucker.
But he got to go to the cool ass.
He doesn't just walk in a fucking kid store.
T.W. Schwartz
and just rob it blindly.
It's like doesn't even exist.
He only does it if he's got a plan.
T.W.
And then Home Alone 3 came out and his ego just went to shit.
Dude, Home Alone 3
he wasn't
even have him. It was like some other little kid.
It was the kid from The Sixth Sense, right?
No.
Or was it Anakin Skywalker, right?
Annie?
No, it was one of those two little
Annie was in
boys.
Jingle All the Way. Did you guys know that?
No.
Remember Jingle All the Way?
The documentary or the film?
Both.
Okay.
The one with...
There's not a documentary of Jingle All the Way.
Dude, why are you... That's like telling him Santa doesn't exist. Dude, that's fucked up.
Don't ruin this for me, man.
Don't ruin Christmas.
Yeah.
For this poor boy.
Yeah, come on, man.
No.
Tim Allen always wins.
No.
It was Sinbad and Tim Allen.
Yeah. No, it was... And Schwarzenegger.
Oh, it was Schwarzenegger and Sinbad.
Yeah.
Who do you think out of those two would win in a fight? Like,
dude,
at that
Arnold would fuck him up.
Yeah,
are you kidding me? This is the guy who defeated Predator.
Yeah.
You think Sinbad could
covered
beat him up?
Yeah, he covered himself in
blood. The only reason it was called Predator, they would have called it Sinbad if they could have afforded Sinbad to be the villain in that movie, dude. And then Sinbad would have won.
I would pay top dollar to watch a movie that's entirely edited to where Sinbad is the predator and he just kills all of Arnold's platoon. And then Arnold has to cover himself in mud. and like
Dude,
fight
what happened to
Sinbad.
Sinbad, man? I miss him, dude.
As long as he's in Windbreaker, I don't care.
I have a Sinbad-shaped hole in my heart, man.
Well, I mean, like, so, and like, what is the toy that they're even fighting?
It's
for?
called
Something
Man.
Afro Man. No.
It's not Afro Man.
No, it's Astro Man.
No, that's not it, dude.
It has to be it.
It's
not.
Kids like
It's
astronauts.
something like that.
It's God damn it, what's it called? Jingle all the way.
Yeah,
It's
you
something
said-
Man.
Thank God for Google, or else we would just get into like a literal fist fight over this right now. I bet.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be able to remember my dad's phone number. I wouldn't know like what time Bed Bath & Beyond closed.
It's called Turbo Man.
Turbo Man! There you go.
And it's like an Iron Man fake. It
Yeah,
looks
it
like
really
Iron
is.
Yeah,
Man.
it's like Iron Man, but way cooler because it's not Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, so
Whoa, dude, the little shade throw. What if he listens? What if he's one of the 33
Dude, we
people
just got
listening?
one person to unsubscribe.
Jingle,
Robert Downey Jr.
You're costing me a lot of money.
Jingle All the Way was a somatic, or not somatic, cinematographic,
Cinematic.
gold show.
It's very underrated as a movie. Like, and I'm not trying to be funny at all. It's hella fucking funny. And
You're not funny, so
Okay, good.
I
That's
mean,
what I'm trying to do.
Seeing Arnold Schwarzenegger in fucking like fucking tights. I am Turbo Man.
Yeah.
That was
Wait, what
fucking-
do you-
he's actually really
That's
short
hilarious.
too. He's really short.
What?
He's like a really short. He's like Drew Babb short.
Dude,
Raise your shout
I've
out,
also
Babb.
seen his dick, and it's like kind of underwhelming.
Wow.
Dude, you seen Drew Babb's dick? That's fucking bad.
Yeah, I have. It's about as small as you would think it is.
Nah,
I'm
Babs
just
had a huge dick.
No, I'm talking about Arnold, dude.
Okay.
Arnold's dick is
Oh.
like
I'm gonna move off. I'm gonna edit that out.
Arnold's dick is it's not like tiny, but it's
I'm not
like,
editing any of this
it's
out.
probably
by the
like
way,
the
so.
same size as like Newman's from Seinfeld. I'm guessing.
You've seen Newman's?
No, but I just
How do you know that?
Like when I
What
saw
are you basing that
when I
off of?
saw Schwartz's
Newman
dick,
could be packing heat.
Yeah, well, but at the same
He
time,
was also in Jurassic Park, dude.
also
that's true.
he was a
Okay, I forgot
villain
about that.
though, and he died by like the worst dinosaur.
Yeah,
Like,
the one
he
that
didn't
sprays
yeah,
the
the one
ink
that
in
like
your face.
Oh, yeah.
the poison.
Yeah, because he
Literally.
drops the shaving
The
cream. can.
Dilophosaurus.
Yeah.
The
Well,
Dilophosaurus, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, no, but I think
I
Arnold.
know, I know my dinosaurs.
Dilophosaurus.
I also, dude, I had this fucking.
The ones
I was,
inspiration.
dude, I was like, dude, I can't remember how to solve calculus problems, but I can sing "You're a High Flying Flag" from memory, and I hadn't even thought of that song for like 10 years. I was like,
Damn, that song must have made a
when
big
this,
impression on
I
me.
was like, when the. Like, it was like, when the heart rings true with that red, white, and blue, there's never a peace in
Did you
your
have to do it
way.
in a play or something?
There's a send off, a send off. Yeah, I did not do it. Like, it was just like it was like white people school.
Oh yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
I know that school.
I didn't go to that
It's like
school.
it's like when your heart beats blue with that red, white, and blue, and never in peace may you wave, which is like kind of a threat. Like, in never in peace may you wave. It's like just being like, yo, we're here.
Right.
Like, it was very dark.
Yeah, it basically was a prelude to us like fucking up a bunch of countries.
I think it did come around the Clinton era. Yeah.
That was a good era.
Yeah, I mean, we had dope
The
scandals.
scandals back then were like
Monica,
funny and like,
Monica,
lighthearted.
Monica L. Major shout out.
Dude,
I'm gonna go smoke some weed. I'll be back.
Come back.
Can I be candid with you right now, dude? I think Monica
You
L.
didn't give me a chance to answer.
Okay, sorry.
Yes.
All right. I think Monica L. was one of the first people I ever cranked it to.
That's deep. I think my first was like a Victoria's Secret model.
Yeah, well, no. After her came many Victoria's Secret models, but I think the fact that she garnered so much power from the president, it was like, man, that must be a very like meaningful and powerful vagina.
Well, I mean, it was a meaning and powerful mouth.
Right.
I don't
She
think
gave
they.
it to him.
Yeah, I don't think they
But
fucked.
she might have just like flashed it to him or something.
Yeah, she probably let him know it was there. And,
dude, you know what's actually sad is that when they went through all of the details of what actually happened, it was like so silly. You know, it was like he was just trying to get a nut, dude. You know, like he was just stupid. Like if you're the most powerful man in the world, yo, get one of your Secret Service agents to just get like some chick that you know won't say anything, and like have Bill wear like some mask that makes him look different.
You just wear a Bill Clinton mask.
Yeah, right. Like he's robbing a bank, and like in a sense he is.
Major shout out Boston, like all those like movies about bank robberies in Boston, the town,
right? The town, and also Point Break. They wear Nixon masks
and you can't forget Heat, even though they did not wear Bill Clinton masks.
Right,
it's a great bank robbery scene.
Sure,
Val Kilmer, fucking, God, I always feel bad about not remembering his name. I know Downey. I know
Al Pacino, Robert De Niro.
But there's the dude who's in all of the mafia movies that's like has a great acting ability. He's kind of like a little. He's not chubby. He's just like more like portly. And
Michael Madsen.
I think that might be it.
Well, now I want to look it up, man, because I
just look up the Heat. Yeah, look up Heat. That's like a scene that I can always watch. Because the scene that's like the reason that I love that movie is like it's similar to the Italian Job chase scene.
Yeah. Is
that like they fire everything with loaded black powder blanks. They're not just blanks to make the noise. They're like So dude, when she runs around like this, man, and she runs under my computer and shit, I'm just like waiting for her to accidentally take that tower down.
Yo, wait, is the guy you were talking about Tom Sizemore?
Yes.
Yo,
Tim. Tom or Tim?
Yeah, it's Tom. Dude,
he's a goat.
Dude, that guy is one of the craziest dudes in Hollywood. I have
on a personal or acting
he has like a bad like drug problem and shit, and has for a long time. But my the first girlfriend I ever had when I was like 18.
She had a big Tom Sizemore.
No, her dad was like friends with Tom Sizemore, and they made like a weird movie together, dude. That like her dad paid for.
Who hasn't made a weird movie with Tom Sizemore?
Yeah, I mean, there's probably thousands.
There's dozens of us.
Yeah, but he was in the like worst part of his coke binge, and probably the dad like.
I like that. That's like a thing. It's like I was in the worst part of my coke binge.
Yeah, it was like it started off as like fun times.
It was like a chill coke binge.
Yeah,
and you're just like, dude, we're hanging out, like wearing board shorts, like for 3 days, like not showering,
I'm
just jumping into the lake.
He bleached his hair and like
in solitude with the coral.
No, this was way before the coral.
Rip though.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I
shout out JT Parr and Chad Kroger for supporting the coral.
Yeah,
and Swali.
Yeah, damn, dude, this cast was so fucking heavy with star power, dude. Heat. They had, dude, Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, Val Kilmer, Natalie Portman. I mean, she was like a child, but Ashley Judd, Tom Sizemore, John Voight.
Dude, are you talking about Heat?
Yeah.
Dude, Heat's like one of the like it's so underrated.
Yeah.
Like as far as just like because
Henry Rollins was in that shit.
Danny
Trejo.
I remember that.
Jeremy Piven.
I remember like they had like there. I remember seeing some like obscure documentary. Not a documentary. It was like just an obscure like YouTube video, and it had people who like pulled off actual bank heists. And then also cops that responded to bank heists. Like, remember that crazy Hollywood one? Like,
yeah,
R.I.P. Like that was not. Yeah, that was like the first time ARs like came into play. And like that dude's just walking down the street, just shooting his handgun, like because he knows he's gonna die. And then finally, some dope ass some dope LAPD officer just finally drops that fuckboy. And, well, those guys were assholes, because, like, they turned, like, a cash grab into a murder.
Into, like, a mass murder.
It wasn't a mass murder, but they didn't care who they were shooting.
Exactly.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what I mean, is that, like, so I don't respect, but I get it, like, you're robbing a bank, but hand her a note, get your $20K, and go to the next bank, man. Like, you don't need to shoot up the whole Los Angeles police force. And what city could you possibly pick that's worse for robbing a bank in? Like, why would you not just rob a bank in, like, Minnesota or, like, Idaho, where, like, the police have to take, like, 20 minutes to respond? They were, like, there. I remember the police were, like, they literally went across the street and bought hunting rifles so they could frag out these guys.
Wow.
Do you remember that?
I mean, I didn't know the whole story behind all of it.
But... yeah, it was like they were outgunned because they rolled up on these fools who were like trying to get their way out of a bank, and they had body armor. They had Kevlar masks. They had Kevlar they had like heavy. Like, I don't know what they had as far as masks. I don't think you can have a Kevlar mask. That would really hurt. A bullet just like. I'd rather just have a bullet kill me than have a bullet like break my jaw, like Mike Tyson in the third round. But like they were gunned to the teeth, and the police had pistols and like shotguns.
Yeah.
And these guys are like just straight up just strapped body armor, like clips all over, and like so these cops are like, what the fuck are we gonna do? Literally, they went across the street. There's a fucking hunting store, like a big five.
Just like, give us whatever you got.
Dude,
I want to see a movie made about that shit.
There is several. That's the only way I know about it. Do you think I just like know this?
Dude, I mean, I just remember hearing about it in the news, but
it was crazy.
It's like a documentary.
It's the North Hollywood shootout.
Yeah,
it happened.
I want to see like
it happened at that Bank of America. My mom like knew a couple of those people who worked there.
Damn.
And thankfully, there was a lot less casualties, like you were saying, than there could have been. Like, if they had just held up and, like, been, like, hostage mode. But, like, they were, like, so insanely psycho that they were, like, we're gonna fucking go
Did they all
head to head.
Die?
Both of the robbers died. Yeah. But, like, the video of him at the point, like, when he had a drum barrel on his AK. He had a fucking 50-round drum. And he had multiple of those. And they were, like, strapped to him. Damn. And he was, like, he would just, like, light up a cop car. And those things can go through a door and then out the other door and then kill the person on the other side. Jeez. So, like, if you're not hiding behind the wheel well, like, you're fresh, like, you're just done. Yeah. And so, like, they're just, like, going at him. And so the police... This is why AR-15s are like now, man. I hate getting all serious in the pod, but what's up? We gotta be serious sometimes.
Yeah, no, this is interesting.
But like, the cops went across the street to like a Big Five sporting goods type store that sells like hunting rifles and stuff. I mean, even Walmart sells those, but like, you know, the police come in. They don't need to have their like one day like, no, we're like, hey, you can get this tomorrow. Yeah. Like they're like, oh shit, yeah, like you probably need this. But, like, they didn't, like, previously to that, all they had was Glock 45 pistols and shotguns, 12-gauge shotguns for breaching. That's what squad cars had anyway. Yeah. Like, if you're not counting SWAT, obviously SWAT has, like, a lot of shit. Right. But, like, the reason the AR-15s got introduced was literally because of the Hollywood robbery. Because of the fact that they were, like, so outgunned. Mm-hmm. They went across the street and, like, literally, like, it was, like, that guy should be, like, the hero of the year or the fucking decade. Yeah. Because he just, like, he hooked the cops up, like, a bunch. Like, in the documentary, like, it touches on the fact that they were, like, dude, fuck these people, like, for doing this. Like, we'll give you anything you want. And so the cops were just like, that. They got like Mark III hunting 223 rifles, like all these hunting rifles.
I hope they came in afterwards and just wrote him a fat check.
Which still was like not adequate though, because they were firing ARs, which is just essentially a hunting rifle that you can shoot like a pistol.
Right.
These got like the cops went and got bolt action hunting rifles just so they could penetrate their body armor.
Yeah.
Because their little pistols and their spread shots weren't doing anything to these guys. You could see it like at the last guy who goes down. He's just walking like this. Like he just drops his AK. He knows he's out of bullets, but he knows he has Kevlar on. And so he's just walking and he's just shooting at anything that moves. Yeah. And then finally, like, some goat badass just comes up and shoots him right in the head. And it's dope because, like, I'm not a big gore fan, but, like, it's justice porn in a sense of, like, you just see the guy, like, guy had, like, the ski mask over a ski mask over, like, another ski mask, and you just kind of see his head just go, and he just drops. And you're like, dude, if you're walking down a neighborhood street just popping off a pistol, like, you need to be dropped.
Yeah.
And major shout out whoever did that.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was crazy that was literally, like, it's like an overlooked turning point in the battle against assault rifles, is that somehow the villains were able to get assault rifles before the police were in their cars.
Right.
As far as like non-SWAT, like as far as just like first responders. So
now police do carry.
Yeah, that's why That's why now they have one AR-15 and one 12-gauge pump shotgun, instead of just one pump shotgun and then their Glock 40s or their 9mm preference. It just depends on like the cop's choice.
Yeah.
Glock 40 obviously would penetrate armor a lot faster and can fire underwater, which is cool. Glocks are the only guns on the market that can fire reliably underwater.
Wow.
But I don't know how accurate that is, because you have to... Obviously, the trajectory's all messed up, but like basically it's the only gun that can be fired like underwater, and like you can literally see like the propulsion.
And it just doesn't go as fast like it would through.
Yeah, and you'd have to like time it. Like you'd see someone you'd see like a mermaid that you're like fighting. It's like a crazy mermaid.
Yeah, like a rogue.
And you'd have a rogue mermaid, and you'd be like, you have to time it and be like, I think she's gonna be up here. Like by the time you're here,
it's like hunting. Yeah.
It's like bow hunting. Yeah, you're right. It's like bow hunting. It's like,
dude, well, that whole thing reminded me of, remember when, I don't know if you ever watched this, but I actually watched this live on TV as it was happening.
Was it OJ?
No, when that one dude like hijacked a fucking
the tank. He built the tank.
And he
didn't.
And that's the one.
He built it.
It's in slow, dude.
He built it.
He didn't build it, did he? Well, I don't know. Whatever
He
happened.
reconverted like a Soviet tank.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a documentary on how some drug smugglers got a Soviet submarine just to smuggle dope, so they could be under the fucking radar.
That's. I want to watch that.
Yeah.
But that guy was just cruising down the freeway on this tank and like didn't give a fuck, because like what are they gonna do? You know.
Like, be like, out tank him. Like, yeah, put like a little, like, traffic stop. Be like, hey, please don't run over our stainless steel.
Right. And then when finally he got, like, caught or whatever.
Didn't he kill himself?
Dude, he fucking killed himself on live TV. And he shot himself in the head. And they showed it, dude. And I was watching it. It was very disturbing. I was like,
it's crazy because like that was like before YouTube and like clickbait and all that type of shit, and so where they would still film sometimes, like when they even knew something was gonna happen. Like that's kind of reminds me of like watching like Columbine happen.
Yeah.
Like even though you didn't get to I didn't word that right. Get to see it.
Get to see it.
You didn't.
Well, if you were a
see
9-year-old kid. you'd be like,
I didn't understand.
Well, no, like
because my dad picked me up from daycare and just like wrapped me up, and he was just like,
oh my God.
and he was just like, holy, like he didn't
dude.
say shit because my dad doesn't swear, but
Yeah.
he was just like, I didn't understand the gravitas
Right.
of the moment,
Right.
because that was the first real like
mass shooting.
like
Especially
on US soil that was like totally documented. That shit was going, and major shout out to my babysitter for like not having any of that on, even whether or not she knew it was going on. But like, yeah, that was in my opinion, my parents, like I think our parents, because we're the same age, like 9/11.
Yeah.
Was kind of like, oh my God, like this could happen to our kid right now. Like I'm at my work right now. This could be going on like right now.
Yeah, dude, it must have been terrifying. Now it's like this happens all the fucking time. So like, yeah, whatever. Like, hopefully it won't happen where we live.
Well, that's the thing, though. Is I mean, we're talking a lot of heavy subjects, but I'm just gonna start posting these in their entirety. Because as long as we don't say anything like offensive, I feel like whatever.
It's like the Joe Rogan shit. Like, they talk about heavy stuff on.
And I want people, and I also want people to like get to know like you and Kevin too.
Right.
Because like that's a very strong point of continuity.
Yeah. But well, dude, I mean, because I remember seeing, going back to the tank guy like kill himself, and then. Yes, I was disturbed, but at the same time, I had already seen a lot of like violence in movies and things like that. Mm-hmm. So it didn't like blow my mind. It kind of blew my mind because I was like, wow, this is real. Like shit like this actually happens.
That's how it actually looks.
Yeah, which is way like more disturbing. And then, but I still at the same time, I remember going to school and like bragging to all the kids that I had like. All the boys, like the girls didn't have much interest in this, but like telling everyone like, dude, I saw a guy like shoot himself after
they didn't
was in a tank. They didn't. Well, it was just I just happened to be like watching TV at like it was like right in the middle of the day.
Yeah,
so
it was like
they could have been like outside and playing or at baseball practice or whatever the hell they were doing,
and no kids like. Oh shit! I can't miss like David Duchovny's weather report at like 4:10.
Right. Well, it was one of those things where I was watching a show and the news
wrong
broke
place,
in.
right time.
Well, the news broke in because it was like this just in, like there's a.
It's like when the OJ chase happened. When they cut off the NBA finals.
Yeah, dude. But the thing is, like I was bragging to the kids like I saw this, and the thing is, back then. Like, they would never play that again because there was no internet, there was no YouTube and stuff. So it wasn't like once a thing happens, you can just go like see it later. It was like you had to be watching it or like tape it like randomly when it happened, or like you just never would see that again, And the thing is, probably the guy who kept filming it probably got fired because they're like, dude, why did you keep filming when this fool brought a gun out?
Well, they were like circling, like I mean. In his defense, it's like if you're like a guy filming and there's a tank loose in Los Angeles.
Well, yeah, that was a huge story.
Like you're not gonna like cut the film. You're not gonna be like, "Hey, yo, we should save battery." Like,
right? Yeah.
Like
something bad might happen.
Yeah, or you're not even thinking about that. You're like, "Dude, we should just save battery." Like, there's a fucking tank driving through Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And, I remember that shit, dude. That was crazy, man. And the thing is, though, is I think he retrofitted a Soviet-era tank. Like, he built that himself. And I think the other thing that was trippier, or not trippier, but, like, weirder or more obscure, is that, he had no reason to do it. Yeah, and I think that's I think that like what sends like a chill down my spine is when people do crazy things like that.
Yeah,
and
it's like the Joker.
But exactly, it's like they have like,
it's like they just like are just like fuck the world.
It's like American Psycho.
Yeah,
it's a better example.
Yeah,
the Joker's fictitious, man.
Well, so is American Psycho.
Yeah, that was based off a real guy.
No, not that movie. Or it's based off a book. The book isn't based off of anything that actually ever happened.
Or that you've seen.
Yeah, no, I know for sure because I know the guy that wrote it.
Well, also, I know a lot about dropping chainsaws down 17-story balconies.
Yeah, maybe it was based on some shit that you've experienced.
And, like, you really can't... There's not much contour that you can give to the chainsaw.
Yeah.
You just kind of have to let it ride out.
Right.
But you gotta give it 3 pulls, or it's not gonna fall.
Yeah.
And it's
just
not...
let gravity do the rest.
Yeah, exactly. Like, to be honest, I feel like when he was brought to trial, I feel like they should have brought in Isaac Newton and maybe even Einstein, just to kind of, like, you know, as post-mortem defendants to, like, his theory of gravity and physics. And, I mean, like, what if the Earth was on that polar shift? Did you know that when we bought Alaska from the German, or from not the Germans, when we bought Alaska from the Russians, because we bought Alaska from the Russians, it was a hefty fee.
Yeah.
It was only so we could annex Canada in the need. But when we bought, that was like the last territory that was Eastern European or part of the Soviet Union, the former Soviet Union, USSR.
Yeah.
And the only reason that area or that territory was occupied by them or controlled by them was because during that time, there would be periods of time when, at least 100 years ago, when the Bering Strait would freeze over and you could literally cross to Russia from the most northern point of Alaska, Anchorage.
Yeah. And
you could cross the Bering Strait on foot. And that's the reason why Eastern Europe, like a lot of like Russian countries and stuff, are populated by people who look Oriental or Asian or that descent.
I've seen people
it's because there was that prior to the global warming situation. People would make that run, but that run was treacherous because you could step on something that looked hard as rock and you'd break through it like it was glass, or you could step on something that was like looked like glass and you'd be fine. It was literally like the Terror Dome. It was I think it's 19 miles. It's pretty short. No, it's 30 miles. It's like a 2-day trip.
Yeah.
But imagine just doing that and not knowing that you're crossing a country. You're crossing continents.
Yeah.
You don't have in your mind. I think that's just so crazy that people are always man, why don't we go back to our old ways and stuff? It's you didn't have the perspective that you have now.
Yeah.
If they had been able to see a globe.
Yeah.
That would have blown their mind.
Yeah.
But the way they saw it was essentially the way Kyrie Irving sees it, which is
who's one of our top scientists.
Yeah, he's flat Earth. You just keep going.
Yeah, or they probably were I don't care if it's round or flat. All I know is I can walk on this shit.
Yeah, and
get to another place.
And I see green shit over there,
yeah.
and it's just really cold back here.
Yeah.
I want to get out of here.
Yeah.
And so they went off to Siberia, which ended up not working out for them.
Yeah, that's
Siberia
a cool place to get to.
Yeah, it's Siberia is dope for 30 days, and then
Siberia's dope for white.
It's for 3 days. You get 3 good days in Siberia, dude. Place is lit. I feel that's why they should host Coachella if they really want to take it to its next level. Is have the destination not a really shitty part of California, because Indio sucks, dude.
Oh yeah, but now
it
has to be there.
That's the thing. It's
Coachella,
dude,
so it has to be in Coachella Valley.
Dude, I read something that said that if Coachella stopped happening, that the city of Indio would lose in the decimal, like they didn't lose 10% or more of like their income.
I bet, dude. That'd be like if Disneyland closed in like Anaheim.
Exactly, yeah.
Disneyland, like,
no one roots
Anaheim,
for the
dude.
Ducks. If once they fired Emilio, fuck that, dude.
Yeah.
Once they fired Emilio and they like didn't retire Charlie Conway's jersey, like they fucked up both times, man. It was a tough time.
Those fuckers, man.
I don't know. I shed a little bit of a tear, but you know.
Yeah, an icy tear.
Yeah, like a cold, like, yeah, Charlie, I'm gonna go like skate with your mom on the ice, and then I'm gonna bet her down, and then I'm not gonna put you in until the fourth quarter, but you are gonna make the game-winning goal type like mindset.
Wow,
it's powerful.
Jeez.
I know a lot about Mighty Ducks. Like, trust me. Like, I'm like,
yeah, I remember you talking to that chick on the
Rachel. Rachel's awesome.
Are you still in communication with her?
We were texting today. She's awesome. She's a cool girl.
She's chill.
Yeah, I was actually complaining to her about my whole charter incident.
As if
she could change it. No,
well,
I
no,
know.
it's funny because like just like the first time you called her, it was like a big joke, and so now it's like, yo, but for real though, fuck charter.
Fuck Spectrum, yo.
Fuck Spectrum.
Dude, seriously though, but I felt so bad too because like I sent her some like it wasn't like an angry text like directed at her. It was just like an angry, like I was just angry.
Yeah.
And she
she
apologized, and no, it wasn't even like I didn't say like fuck your friends too or anything like that. It was like it was just me like rambling about the fact that literally all it took was me telling Charter that I run a business. That's literally all you have to fucking say. And I'm still kind of I'm holding back some heat.
Yeah.
All you have to do is tell them that you run a business. Like, I can show you the text. It's funny as hell because it literally just says, you've opted into charter business. We'll start letting you basically, like, I'm paraphrasing this, but they basically just say, we'll let you know when there are scheduled outages in your area. And I'm like, the fuck, you don't just do this to anyone. Like,
right.
Who the fuck do you know? Like, honestly, who the fuck do you know who looks at, like, their messages, SMS carrier rates? Like, oh, man, I wish I hadn't sent those extra 4 texts. That's gonna cost me, like, baby food.
Yeah.
No one does that.
Yeah.
And yet they make it such a big deal. You're always like, are you willing to accept these charges?
Right.
And they, like, under the, like, are you willing to accept the carrier rates? And I'm like, well, that fucking this counts, like, is 1/1000th of a cent per
right.
text.
Right.
Like, the fuck? And they're like, I see.
Well, and it just comes down to there's probably some law that says they have to do that. Whereas
it's also
get
there's
away
the
with
Russian
just
bots
doing
and
whatever
shit
the fuck
like that. Because if you get, you know, like you're on Instagram or like Twitter or some shit. I don't use Twitter as far as it not being a joke, but like on Instagram, like you get those ads from like, it'll be like some fine ass girls. You'll be like, oh, what the fuck? What do you want, Mia? Like, and you're like, dang, this girl's fine. Like her, like, and then you're like, all right, obviously this is a bot. Like, there's no reason that this girl would have any.
Wait, what can you hook me up with Mia Kofaka's like info? I want to talk to that beach.
Do you want to see her squirt? That's what she was advertising
on her private website.
Prior her Patreon, and she's like, "Give me your social security
it's
number."
It's probably not even her. It's like some dude who just like copied a link from some other chick and is making money off of it himself.
That's the thing, dude. That's the dark reality of it. Like, God damn it. I hate switching from being trying to be funny to
right.
being serious.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna not upload this. Like, I'm gonna stick by my thing. I don't want to like not upload things as long as you don't say anything that's like offensive or anything.
Yeah.
I don't want to like edit out anything.
Wait, can we just tell the people that we're kind of like progressively getting a little bit more drunk as it goes on?
You just told them.
All right. Well, I just told them. So it's kind of like becoming more of a like actual like talk amongst homies.
This is a deep talk because the thing that's dark about all of that is that well, it's not the thing, it's one of many.
Yeah.
Is that man, like there's so much to touch down, like oh my god, like it's so ridiculous. Like I watched, like for instance, like just as an example of like how ludicrous democracy, quote unquote, has gotten.
Yeah.
Is that, you know, they sign, like for instance, Donald Trump won presidency. That's funny. I don't care if I lose any of your subscribers. You support Trump, you can go fuck yourself. You can go fucking fuck the fuck out of whatever the fuck.
Yo, but
seriously, fuck anyone who fucking supports Trump. Like, I support the one thing he did that was nice and
prison
kind,
reform shit?
and which was the prison reform for people who smoke weed and people who like got indicted on like way over the top charges.
Like cocaine versus crack.
Yeah, like no one should be in jail for 35 years for selling
for,
like fucking for
crack.
like selling an ounce. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I respect Trump for that reason and that reason.
And he did the thing where he made hemp like less.
He's doing that now because he's doing the incumbent thing.
Yeah, right. No,
he's gonna make.
Like, hey kids, I'm cool. I did a hemp in a jail thing. Even though I'm fucking you and
even though I'm deporting fucking veterans.
Yeah.
I literally, like, when he... I don't even fucking care about saying this on live, but when he fucking said that he was going to start deporting Vietnam refugees and non-citizens that served in the armed forces, our armed forces, I was like, dude, just put me within 400 yards of this guy, and I think I got him. I don't fucking care. And I swear to God, dude, you've seen me hit a can from across the way.
Yeah, or a pigeon.
It was a seagull.
Seagull. Yeah.
It was a bird. It was a rat at the sea.
Yeah.
And the only reason I did it was because of a duck situation. Yeah. I just don't like them messing with our ducks. They have a whole ocean, and they can fly way further.
Right. Sure. They're just greedy.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the thing that pissed me off was that, like, I'm out here feeding my ducks out here in the back of the lake. I'm like fucking feeding the ducks, just hanging out, like having a good time. And all of a sudden, these pigeons start dive bombing him, and they do this weird tactic where they like literally like flip the duck. They like dive, and then they try and flip the duck
to do
just to steal their food.
Wow.
Because they're way more, because they're way more like just capable of being airborne to seaborne.
Yeah. Because
they're seagulls. They're fucking rats of the sea.
Yeah.
And these ducks are just hanging out. Like, all we got is like lakes, man. Like,
right?
What the fuck?
And this lake like used to be
sucks.
nothing, and now it's at least like.
Like, I'd love to ship all these ducks over to the Laguna golf course. They'd probably do some good work there.
They need like a sanctuary.
And it makes me feel like, because ducks can only fly like a mile before they have to land again.
Yeah.
Seagulls can fly like 30 miles, 40 miles, 50 miles.
Yeah, because they go out into the...
They go out to the ocean. And they fish.
Yeah.
So, I think the only hope we have is like feeding them to the pelicans.
Right. Just up to Annie, dude.
Or I should just keep using that beauty.
Right. Do some population control.
Dude, I wish you had seen that shot, dude. It was a beaut, dude. Like, the shot that I got with this was way better. It was way cooler because of the fact that it was obviously a handgun. But it was just one of those, like, when I was like, wow, alright, well, I just committed a felony. I'm gonna go inside. Statute of limitations, though. You don't even know where I live. Maybe.
Right.
But seriously, though. But it's just one of those things, like, living on a lake, it makes you feel like you need to, like, control, you need to, like, protect your ducks.
Yeah, but this is our, like, not, our house is not our only home, dude. Like, it extends out into those delicate waters.
In the wilderness, and, like, the homeless people that wake us up when they, like, yell.
Yeah, when they're screaming
at each other about, like, blankets and... Yeah. Like, I told you Thomas was gonna, like, bring you back a blanket. Like, oh, yeah, you stole that Subway footlong.
I found it in the trash.
Yeah, I found it in the trash at Target. Right when the cart stopped. And this is by no means I very much try and help the homeless, but there's a difference between homeless and helpless.
Sure.
Like,
I mean, I was thinking about the other day, like, there's shitty homeless people. There's also, like, shitty bankers and shitty dentists and shitty politicians. It's like, there's good homeless people, too. Like,
that's a fucking... That's actually, like, all comedies. That's a really deep point.
But the thing is, it's like, the shitty poor people get blamed more for being shitty. Where it's like, yo, you mean to tell me you don't work at a place where you hate one of your coworkers and wish they were, like, fucking dead? You know, like, I'm sure you do. So, like, just because some...
And it's, like, not even, like, you really wish that. It's just, like, that's your animosity.
Yeah, and you...
That's what animosity
like,
is.
Day.
Animosity is fictitious anger, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the actual definition of it, but in my mind, I think of animosity, like, when you have premeditated anger towards someone. It's like, man, I wish I could just slap the fuck out of that fool.
Right.
Kind of thing. It's like, not like you actually would. It's not like that's in your actual heart to do that. Right. But it's more just like, that's like, God, I wish I could just do that at that moment. Yeah. It's kind of like being blackout drunk or like on like some cool psychedelics.
Yeah. But, you know, it's like people... Also, okay, like I work at a job where I come across a lot of people, or even just in any facet of life, you come across a lot of people who...
In every state.
And it's like...
because people would be, like, messed up.
Right. And it's like, you see, you know, a young, privileged, white kid come in who's being a dick, and you're like, it's because he's white and, like, a guy. Or then you see, like, an Asian lady who's treating you bad, and you're like, oh, it's because she's Asian. Or you see, like, a old Indian dude come in who's being a dick, and you're like, well, it's like, man, judge people based on who they are, and don't
how they present
to, like,
themselves.
Other people,
yeah, exactly.
Because it's like, yo, this person is their own fucking person. Dude.
Well, it's easy to not to deflate your noble proposal.
Yeah.
It's easy to say that, though.
No, but the thing is, it's human nature, because I find myself doing that all the time.
Yeah, but that's like you, though. That's the thing. That's the thing. You have to realize, like, not everyone thinks like that.
Right, I know, but
most people don't think like that. That's the thing that's sad.
But people stereotype people, though. Like, you know, oh, there's a stereotype that, like, Asian women are bad drivers, or like sassy black women, or like
the only stereotype I agree in is Prius drivers sucking. They suck. I hate Prius drivers. Right. I'm sorry, Ashley and Amaya, but
both. Amaya is for sure. She's like crashed her car twice, dude. She's 18.
Okay, well, I guess that holds true.
Yeah.
I'm
drive.
Yeah, actually, that's. Fuck you, Amaya. No, I'm just kidding. Nah. We should hang out though soon. I'm not, like I told you, I'm not gonna edit any of this. But I think that she follows me. But seriously though, like I don't. I think she was like, not all Prius drivers are bad, and I was like, yeah, well, not all nuclear missiles are bad. And I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, like, you can't just say that.
But, like, most of them are.
Yeah, yes. I was like, I'll take my chances on, like, the 1% like, for once in my life.
Not all chocolate chip cookies are good, but most of them are.
Yeah, it's like not all cookies contain peanuts, but if you have a peanut allergy, are you going to just dive into these cookies?
Right, you got to check them.
Yeah, and how do you do that? You just bite into them?
Yeah.
No, that's stupid. You know what I'm saying? But it'd be so funny. I hope my hears this and understands that I'm kidding in a certain aspect. But I do not like Prius drivers.
Yeah. In terms of, wait, are you judging their character or their driving ability?
Their driving ability.
Okay.
Or their judgment calls.
Okay.
And because, like, even just like, I get terrified when I get in the car. Like, my parents took me to Olive Garden, you know? Like, yeah. I was like, alright, whatever.
Sure.
I hopped in there, you know, I threw back some shots. You know me.
Yeah. A usual night at the Olive?
Yeah, usual night at the Olive. I brought back them sticks, which Kevin probably forgot about.
Oh no, he's been talking about it, dude. He's like, I can't wait till I get high so I can eat some of those breadsticks.
Well, you should fucking head him off. You should get.
I just want one, dude. That's really.
I brought you guys 5.
I had a pretty big dinner.
It's funny because I had the option of bringing you guys 6, but I brought an odd number just to see like if there'd be a potential fight.
To watch us squirm.
Like, to watch you guys fight.
Dude, we could both get 2.5, man. There's no problem with that.
Well, I don't like you're a peacekeeper. But yeah, like with the whole Prius driver thing, it's like more of a, I don't know. It's like more of a like, it is statistically proven.
Yeah.
That being a more apprehensive driver leads to more accidents.
Oh yeah, you gotta. I mean, it's kind of just like a metaphor for life, dude.
It's LA drive or die.
You gotta make your move and do it with confidence, because if you're like wishy-washy, then no one can read you, and it like creates chaos.
Dude, one of the most beautiful women that ever like graced my presence. We were looking for a spot. We were circling the spot for this concert, and it was in WeHo, which I hate saying, West Hollywood, but it was in WeHo. I would just say that because it was easier. Major shout out to WeHo.
Yeah, and
we circled the block on this place. I was like, I kept being like, she's like, we should just pay for fucking like it was like $20-$30 for like the parking like on site. And I was like, nah, we'll find a spot. Like, are you down to walk? We can smoke a cigarette. I was still smoking cigarettes back then. And I finally found a spot, and like it was like a weird moment where it was like, and I told you so moment, but like you can't do that.
Yeah.
I guess anymore these days.
Yeah.
You can't be like, haha, I fucking told you that your stupid idea was stupid.
Yeah.
But why can't we do that anymore? Like, what the fuck? Because the thing with me is that I feel like I would never. I wouldn't be mad if a female called me out, or let alone anyone called me out on an I told you so moment.
Right.
So why is that all of a sudden like a thing?
Oh yeah, no, that just
like is, the kind of thing like, oh, like you're just gonna waste their time, like yeah, like why didn't you just do this? And I'm like, we're gonna find a spot, don't worry. Like people leave and go. Like this is the world. Do you understand how the world works?
Right.
And you want to be like that asshole, and I'm usually that asshole. I'm really good at being that asshole. Cause I just kind of be like when some fucking idiot asks me, because this could be a male or a female, it goes like, why don't you just go here? Why don't you just go here? I'm like, because we round the block 2 more times, we can listen to a song and smoke another bowl, and there'll be a parking spot open.
Right.
And they're like, oh, whoa, dude, why are you trying to big league me? And I'm like, I'm not big leaguing you. I'm just telling you like what your dad that wasn't present in your life didn't tell you. But seriously, like, fuck that shit, dude. I don't like, that's, like, I'm gonna be real in this pod. I'm gonna be fucking real. Like,
yeah.
Like, I don't like the fact that, like, I get it. You didn't have a dad. I get it. You didn't have a mom. I get it. You were poor. I get it. Anything like that.
Right.
I've also gone through those struggles.
Right.
How can you acceptably downplay my struggle versus yours off your skin color, and then also jump into the ring and be like, yo, like, white privilege this, like, that's racist. Like, what if we were out saying they're gonna saying black privilege?
Yeah,
that would be racist as hell,
because
dude.
of like, what's it called?
That's the thing that's so ridiculous about it all.
It's like everyone just wants a reason to like talk shit.
But do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's the thing is it pisses me off, because it's like they're so quick to like generalize things and be like, oh man, like why, like, well, like you never see this if you were pulled over and you're black. I'm like, no, it's because you're wearing a hoodie and a hat, and like, I wouldn't do that.
And we're like, what's up? Instead of like, hi officer, or like, yeah,
exactly,
like,
exactly, and you didn't turn down your music or some shit.
Yeah.
Like I do the same fucking thing.
Right.
It's because of the fact that it's taxpayer money. Like that's like what goes into it, and I think it's so ridiculous. Like I don't even fucking care if this comes out as me seeming like I'm some sort of racist person, because I'm not. Because I have friends that I talk to about this question, and they agree with me. Yeah. It's not like I am saying I have black friends that are like, I have black friends. It's I talk to my close friends who are not white, and they are also in agreement. They're like, dude, all it is a bunch of fucking DJ Khaled's making us all look bad.
Yeah. For sure.
And that's literally the truth. That's the truth. It's just a bunch of people making you look bad. It's a bunch of people like causing, like, I don't know. It's just ridiculous, because I hate being, because as much as that anyone can tell you that they're being discredited, or like oh, like this is like you're being treated this way because it's your race or whatever. I feel the same way when someone doesn't respect a kind, novel thing that I like tell someone, or like I'll like be very heartfelt. Yeah. And they'll just be like, oh, you're just a stubborn white dude. Is that not racism?
Yeah, dude.
That's racism. And that's the thing, is that everyone tries to act like they were the ones. Everyone tries to act like either the slave or the slaveholder, when none of us. It's been several hundred years since that happened.
Right.
So I don't get what the fucking bullshit point of all that is. Like, I know I'm being way too real right now, but like, do you get where I'm coming from? It's like who are any of us to speak for another generation,
right?
Another decade, even. Yeah. Like, we don't know what that was like.
Right, and I mean
everything's changed so fast.
Something can affect you, but like unless it does, like very.
Yeah, were you getting tear gassed in like the Tiananmen Square when the Tank Man died?
Yeah.
No, you weren't. You can talk about it, or
Right.
I'd love to hear it.
Right.
But you can't act. You don't talk to me like you were him.
Right, and I think the thing is that people treat each other like, yo, you're my enemy because your ancestors were my ancestors' enemies, you know?
Exactly.
Yes, all this shit happened, and yes, it has affected the way the world is today, but we should come together as brothers and, like, solve these problems together rather than have a fucking hatred of each other because of the past.
Yeah, but heaven forbid that socialism ever exists. Even though the fact that socialized medicine is the most profitable business concept of the last 2 decades.
Yeah.
It's the miracle HIV virus, the thing that comes, the antidote to make you not get AIDS.
Yeah.
And then I watched this thing on Alexion that I think everyone needs to watch. I'll post a link or something, but it's funny because I posted it on Conspiracy,
Yeah.
and I said the real cost of the world's most expensive drug, and then it said your post got banned because it didn't have like such and such thing, which is just hilarious because if anyone actually thinks that Reddit is actually run by like nice people, they're stupid.
Oh yeah.
It's ran by the users, and the moderators only have so much control they can fill their nets. But I posted the real cost of the world's most expensive drug. It's Axion, and it's literally like it's like
it's been called the most expensive drug in the world.
It literally costs like
$500,000
$500,000.
liquid that can mean the difference between life and death at a cost of $500,000 a year, every year for life.
It's the shit that Skrelly was selling.
This drug is too expensive,
For
but
what?
still I hope
For
many more
what, like
people
disease
can
or
use it.
cancer?
This drug is highly overpriced.
This drug has the potential to save my life.
What's like the disease that it fights? Or...
It fights early onset cancer and dementia. Which is weird because it's two different things. One attacks the brain and the other one can attack anything. But it's lymphomic cancer. And I just think it's hilarious that like most shit on the conspiracy subreddit, for instance, is like things like the idea a calorie has hundreds of millions of years to live, and there are still people that maintain a 100 can of soda is the same as a 100 calorie bowl of broccoli. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's like one of the highest things. Like, Mormons are highly sought out after the CIA and FBI after their deeply conditioned obedience to authority. When I attended BYU, the fact the CIA recruited on campus was a source of great pride to Mormons who naively believe that they sought out their high moral structure.
Wow, that's actually kind of interesting.
No, I know. I want to watch that. I saved it. It's saved. But, like, I'm just saying, like, that's so ridiculous that, like, my post of this, like, really intense documentary about, like, a trek, what's it called? I don't want to butcher it. It's so fucked up. This is straight up like Skrelly. Like, dude, like this dude, like
that guy's an evil.
Dude,
fuck,
this guy like had to like make this like motion. Like, he had to make it a multitude of times, and it's so sad. You're like, look at this
It's
fool.
been called thanks to the liquid gold that's infused into his veins every 2 weeks. Josh suffers from a rare blood disease. He didn't know he had it until 3 years ago when he suddenly got sick.
He was in a state where his tongue was hanging out of his mouth.
Aehus.
Okay, so basically,
In both cases,
I want you to watch it in its entirety, but basically, like, all of these people are being told that like the only way that they're gonna be able to like keep their kid alive is this drug.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're also gonna need like $500,000 a year from you.
Who the fuck can afford that, dude?
No one. And so kids just die, and
or they just go into like they sell their house and like become homeless and become in crazy debt and shit.
Exactly, yeah. They just like sacrifice everything, and that's the thing that's crazy too. Is like, it's like I turned the course of my book that I'm writing a lot. I'm not trying to self promote. Fuck all y'all hating on me. But the book that the science fiction, because I'm writing a nonfiction, I'm writing a science fiction book, and I'm also writing stand-up comedy. I still need like 8 minutes. I need help, man.
8 minutes? That's a lot.
8 minutes, and I don't even know where I'm performing. They said Monday I'll know if I'm performing at the Fremont or if I'm performing at the...
Wait, how long is your set?
10 minutes.
Oh, wow. Dude, I want to go too, man. Sign me up.
Dude, let's do it.
I don't want to do 10 minutes, though. Maybe like 5.
Dude, what if you just... I can just bring you on stage. What are they going to do?
But then, what, like, you go and then, like, you bring me up and I go? Because if we go together, then that just means we have to write shit together, which is even harder.
And funnier, though.
I mean, could be funnier, but it's hard to write, like, jokes for 2 people to, like, say together.
Well, the cutoff is the 8th of January.
Okay.
And I could ask for my set to be split with you.
Okay, I mean, if you...
We could do 5 each.
Yeah, that would be cool, because that way you don't have to write 8 more minutes, and then...
Yeah, I'm so paranoid of that.
That's just a long time. 10 minutes is a pretty long time, dude.
That's gonna be me, like, going out and just... I'm not gonna fucking swag my dick out, but I could probably still do that. Like, I'm a pretty funny dude. But, yeah. Like, so it's Slow Comedy Fest. They have the off-micers, the people who didn't pay, play at the Rock. Like the Slow Brew Rock.
Yeah.
And then they have like the people who pay for like the 10-minute plus specials here at the Fremont.
Yeah.
So it's like a little bit more personal.
Yeah.
And I honestly wish I would rather be like, I could that's the thing that's dope about it. I could hit them up and be like, yo, can myself and my friend like both just do 5-minute sets at the Rock?
Yeah.
Because the Fremont's just a little too like, I'm not a fucking comedian.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You need like
I want to tell jokes to a bunch of drunk people hanging out in front of one of those fires that have like it's fired by crystals.
Yeah.
But it's actually like methane gas.
Yeah.
And they're just like
not like a big stage where fucking like Bone Thugs plays on.
Exactly.
And like Bad Baby.
Exactly.
My jokes are not Bad Baby level yet.
Well, yeah. Well, our jokes will probably never reach that level.
Right. Nothing in my life will ever reach those levels.
But are you down?
Yeah, I'm down as fuck, dude.
Are you down to bomb?
I mean, potentially, but
I don't think you'll bomb.
I might, but if I do, I don't think I'll like care that much.
And that's, I think, the best thing about
like, well, dude, I've done I've done a rap battle before. Exactly. In front. Well, no, no, but the thing is, like, I did one where all these people were counting on me to like do really good, because like my homie that like was really high up in this shit like vouched for me and stuff, and he's like, Rick, all right, dude, like you gotta come through. And I came through, and I had just worked like a graveyard shift at the job that I had, and when I got there and when I got onto the like stage or whatever, it wasn't a stage, it was like just in a little thing surrounded by all these people, and they just had a camera. But I literally, my mind went blank. Like, I forgot everything that I had memorized that I was supposed to, like, rap to this guy. And instead of... So I didn't, like, have anything to fucking say. And so I could have...
How did you ad-lib?
I could have just walked off the stage, or walked off and just looked like a fucking giant pussy, and they would all just...
You just did this. You should...
Well, no, dude. What I did is I just
Don't worry, this camera's not good.
I just freestyled like really badly for 3 rounds, and everyone was like, "Wow, that was shitty," but hey, at least this dude like tried.
Dude.
And then I felt really embarrassed, but then at the same time,
testament to this quote. Realize that sleeping on a futon when you're 30 is not the worst thing. You know what the worst thing is? Is sleeping in a king-size bed next to a wife that you're not really in love with, but for some reason you married, and you got a couple kids, and you got a job that you hate. You'd be lying there fantasizing about that futon that you slept on when you're 30. There's no risk in going after your dream. There's a tremendous amount of risk going after your life and playing it safe.
dang.
I'm just saying, like, that's like my mantra sometimes. Like, that's why I have it as my background.
Yeah, of course.
It's just because it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, what you're saying is, that's what it speaks to.
Yeah.
It's like, you had no, like, who's gonna be like, dude, man, fuck that Rick guy. I want to go on Twitter and trash that
dude,
guy.
I mean, I've made myself look pretty dumb in front of a lot of people that I respect, which I regret. But, like, you know, the thing is... Like,
here!
But the thing is, I mean, if you... The way I feel like you need to look at shit like that is... If you do that, you know, it's like sitting and just, like, feeling bad about it and, like, feeling like an idiot. It's like, yo, have a sense of humor about life. Just be like, yo, that was a fucking, like, wacky experience, and, like, who gives a shit? Like, I'm just gonna move on from that.
Exactly. Well, and I love, like, that's the best approach to have, too.
Yeah, it makes a good story, you know?
And if anything, if it doesn't make a good story, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know, like, I'm trying to relate it to something like humorous, but I can't. But it, in the sense of like, she's like, I need to go chase this weird string thing. Also, do you ever want Zaza's respect?
Yeah.
If she stares you dead in the eyes, blink, like slow blink.
Slow blink.
And she'll blink back at you. It's so cute.
Yeah.
Like she'll do it. It's so funny. Like she knows when I'm mad at her, and she'll look at me and she'll like go at me with these huge ass eyes, and she'll look at me like this, and I'll go. Also, like the reason that I know Zaza loves both you and Kev is she lets you near her face. Like, cats don't fuck around with their face, dude.
Yeah.
Like, they are very not supportive of that. Where did you find this? Alright. Let's do some crazy stuff. Alright. Well,
dude, I'm getting pretty tired.
That was our trial pod.
Did you stop it? Here it is.